Right, Allan here, chatting with two of the masterminds behind this fantastic series, Chris Yost and Allan Wan. We are talking Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, premiering successfully and conclusively August 9th on Paramount Plus. It's nice to meet both of you. Thank you so much for your time and for joining us today to talk about this amazing series that you have created.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
Yes, well, I watched all 6 episodes, the first 6 last night, and man, am I excited. I loved the feature film, and to be able to get more story with these guys is just fantastic. Chris, we'll start with you. When presented with the idea to not necessarily make a sequel, but expand on what we learned about these guys the first round, what are some thoughts swimming around in the tank, so to speak, to how to approach it and tell a fair story and really give the fans what they want, which you did, by the way?
Hey, thank you for the kind words. That's awesome. I'm glad you liked it. I'd done a couple of turtle shows before, and like this idea came up and what really kind of like pulled me into it was not only being able to work with Seth Rogen, who's fantastic, but their take on it. Him, Evan Goldberg, Jeff Rowe, like they had this take on it that was really just to focus on the teenagers, first and
Yes.
foremost, to treat these kids like kids. And whatever scenario you put them in, they're going to react to it the way the kids would react, and like, it wasn't like a superhero take on it. It wasn't like a weird sci-fi take on it. It was just a very human take on it. And it just felt like different and exciting. And, and to be able to work with Allan, like it was a no-brainer.
Yes, that's one of the things I love about this is that it is very teen angsty filled, so to speak. We've had so many different iterations of these characters, which have all been great, but I feel like you all have really nailed the idea of that they're actually teenagers who happen to be burdened, so to speak, with these responsibilities. Allan, you are no stranger to this type of thing. You've as your cohort, Chris, here have created great things. What are you most excited about when the fans get a chance to watch all of these episodes here in just a few days?
Well, I think the series kicked off with like the turtles being separated, which I don't think any previous iteration had versions where like the turtles would go on solo adventures. And
Yeah.
I those stories definitely highlight some of the characteristics when they're apart from their brothers. And I feel, that definitely give like, especially people who have seen previous series, something fresh to look forward to.
Yeah, that's another thing that I really enjoyed about this is that although they do work together and they have this, each of them, what I think is cool is you've highlighted their unique relationship with each other, but also April, which I really like because it's not just all for one and one for all, so to speak, if that makes any sense. But it's together, but they get to do their own thing. Chris, for you, uh, obviously you've mentioned a few things, but when you get approached to work on a project like this, for you, are there maybe one or two things that are non-negotiables or important to you before spending your time and resources to work on something that potentially could take a while to get going?
For sure. Like at the end of the day, life is short and there's no point in doing this if you don't believe it. Like at the end of the day, like this was a take and a group of people that I truly believed in. And even beyond that, like, we've been fortunate enough to be able to use the cast from the movie, and not only that, but because of a general love for turtles and because of our co-production with Seth Rogen, like we've been able to attract a ton of new talent as well. So, again, like I always say that I'm the luckiest guy in the world to be able to work on the things that I work on. I don't know that I would ever say no to Ninja Turtles because I feel like I owe them, my career. But this one just like had so much going for it in terms of cast and talent and love and it's been nothing but a joy.
Yes. Well, Allan, real quick as we wrap here, Is there one thing you're most excited about for the fans to learn about these four guys that we maybe haven't learned before? You've mentioned a couple things, I think, earlier on in our conversation.
Yeah, I think we'll learn that these characters, they're not one-dimensional. Like they have like multifacets, they have their hopes and fears and dreams and all that stuff. And I think more than anything, I think in Mutant Mayhem, there's a characteristic that I felt it was highlighted, especially is like the acceptance, because these mutants are out in the open, people know them. So I think that's previous iterations they're always in the shadows, but this one in particular, like the New Yorkers know who they are, and I'm very excited to see because it's a definitely a new dynamic.
100%. Well, Chris, Allan, congratulations. Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles premiering August 9th on Paramount Plus. I enjoyed the first 6 episodes. I want more, so I can't wait. Thank you both for your time and congratulations on all of your success and for giving a 50-year-old guy, a little bit of entertainment to remember his childhood. So thank you so much.
Thank
Our
you.
pleasure, man. Thank
Thank you.
you.